So we started our Premier League campaign with a win away at Craven Cottage, beating Fulham 3-2. A high-scoring game, an entertaining game. So much to be positive about, particularly in an attacking sense. But still, of course, some things that still clearly need to be addressed. But it's important. I said in yesterday's video, it's important that we start with a win. It's important to get off to a good start. Some teams have not it was expected to get off to a good start, have not got off to a good start at all this weekend. So the fact that we're already playing really good football, the fact that this team already looks like they've been playing together for a long time, with players just coming back into it, new players like Morgan Rogers coming into the mix as well, already functioning so well together, I think it's a really, really good sign. Monday night away at Fulham, West London derby, not the easiest fixture either. This can be a problem fixture. Over recent years, this is a fixture that's become really hard for us. So it's always important to start with a win. It's very important to win the weekend, and we've managed to do that, and that's the main thing. So overall very positive, because the most important thing was we won yesterday. We managed to do that, and we managed to do it showing a lot of quality. So that is the most important thing. Now, the setup Alonso went with for his first Premier League 11 yesterday was interesting. When I initially saw the lineup, I didn't see it in the formation. I just saw the list of players, and I thought I could not work out what the formation was. But this is how he set up in the end, in the 3-4-3. So going with the wing backs, but with Akchapong, Lacroix and Colwill as the centre backs, and then there's the wing backs, Gusto and Hato. Through the middle in the midfield, Reece James playing in midfield, captain in the side, Romeo Lavia alongside him. Then the front three of Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer and João Pedro, which I was so looking forward to seeing play together for the first time properly, and they did not disappoint at all. All three of them outstanding yesterday. Now, as for Palestra, it's a shame. I was really looking forward to seeing Palestra play. I thought he would play somewhere. He's a player that can play in multiple systems, in multiple different positions. So I thought we'd see him somewhere on that pitch yesterday, but him not being in the 11, him not being in the squad is because this is a minor injury to him. Hopefully, it's just that he wasn't ready for this game, and hopefully there's nothing too serious there, because we do not want him out, because I think he's going to be a very important player for us this season. A few key absences from the squad as well. The fact that there's no... it's very telling, I think, that there's no Liam Delap there. He's going to be on the way out. Tosin on the way out, clearly. And Nicholas Jackson as well is going to be a real war between Spurs and Villa for him by the looks of things. And various other players are there as well. Mudryk won't be going to Leeds now, but he'll be going on loan somewhere potentially. Kellyman leaving permanently to Strasbourg. Asugo probably taking the final loan spot for Strasbourg as well, although that lot absent. But Enzo's still on the bench, which is interesting. Pedro Neto looking like he's going to stay now as well on the bench as well. But the game starts the best way it could have possibly started for us straight away. No messing around. I really like the system. I really like this football Alonso's playing straight away, putting them under pressure, forcing them into mistakes. We win the ball from their ball, and we're able to capitalise straight away, catch them out, put them under pressure, come straight forward, and Palmer's able to get that through to João Pedro, and João Pedro takes that perfectly, no hesitation, straight in. Less than a minute in, we're already 1-0 up, one of the fastest starts of the season we've probably ever had. Excellent start, could not have gone any better. Really well worked goal, really, really good tactical setup as well, to be able to get into those positions to actually force them into those mistakes. Fulham playing very risky, I have to say. All the defence about 28 yards, I think they said it was, apart from one another. Really, really risky. Not quite sure what Erabola's doing there in his first minute as a Premier League manager, but where that can work is when coming forward. It made him a real threat on the counter, as we will find out later on. But certainly, he's going to be a risk if they keep doing that throughout the season. But after going 1-0 up, perfect start, and we threatened the second for a bit. But as what quite often happens, Fulham do start to come back into it again, and this is where the main issue, I think is clear. Everyone's saying it after the game. The main issue that needs to be addressed is the fact that Robert Sanchez is still in goal. I keep saying this. I don't have anything personally against him, and I mean this in the most respectful way. He's just not good enough, and I've been saying this for weeks. This whole transfer window, saying we need to sign a goalkeeper. I thought that would be the first priority Alonso want to do, bring in his goalkeeper, because not just to win, even to challenge for the league, or just even to get in top four, you need a goalkeeper that the team can have confidence with, because a goalkeeper that clearly is not confident, like Sanchez, right from the start, he looks nervous, he's making mistakes, he cannot kick the ball to Chelsea play, he cannot kick the ball, he cannot catch, he doesn't come for the crosses. That all rubs off onto the rest of the team. The rest of the team get nervous when they've got a goalkeeper they can't trust behind them. So we end up in the situation where teams keep coming back into the game, because you think all teams have to do, if they get a shot on target, they've got a pretty good chance of it going in, which is what happens when Joshua King puts in a shot that no way should that be going in. No, the keeper has to save it. Everyone was saying that the keeper has to save it. He can't, and he makes simple saves look like really, really hard saves as well. And from that moment, we look really nervy. We look a bit like not that we're panicking, but Fulham are starting to get a real foothold in the game. It didn't need to happen because we started so well. And this is the one. What is good about Alonso's system is there's no side to side rubbish anymore. It's very direct. They're putting the other team under pressure straight away. Always looking to go forward when we've got the ball, moving the ball so well. The players are linking up so well. Defensively, the shape is organised already. It looks fairly organised, fairly comfortable. The Lacroix slotted in so nicely. He looked really comfortable, really safe on the ball. I thought Akashbong was brilliant. I thought he'd done so much running yesterday. His off the ball work, he's brilliant as well. He's comfortable on the ball. I've been saying this for a while. We need more game time, and it's really, really good to see him start in the first game of the season because he did so much work yesterday all over the pitch. And Hato had a couple of shaky moments early on, but he settled down as well. Of course, Colwill picked up that booking, which is unfortunate. This is the only thing I did wonder if they'd take him off at half time, but they left him on in the end. There was a really risky challenge from Lavia as well. There's still a disciplinary issue a bit, clearly. We're still not always, players not always using their heads. I mean, clearly, there's still a risk of players getting sent off because Lavia's challenge was dodgy. It was a yellow card challenge, but didn't take any of the ball. If it was any higher, we could have had a serious problem. They could have had a case of serious foul play there, and he would have been gone 12 minutes in. 2 bookings already in that time. I really hope we're not going to have a problem like we had last season on the disciplinary side of things. Alonso needs to get a grip of that and quickly. But before the break, we get ourselves back into the lead. Right on half time, Morgan Rogers. And the shot looks simple, but it's not. A lot of players, all messes up. They will lean back. They will snatch it. He takes it really, really nicely, really controlled, really composed, as he so often is. We see him on the big occasions, Rogers. He usually is a player that turns up. He's not fazed by the idea of a Chelsea debut. He's not fazed by the idea of coming on in a semi-final for England, getting the assist. He's a player that when he takes those step ups, doesn't ever seem to be fazed by it. And that's the type of player we need in this team. And he takes that goal so well and gets his debut goal, Premier League debut goal, right on half time, and we go into the break 2-1 up. And the way we start the second half, you think, okay, we can really take the game away from it. This could have been 4-1, 5-1, but because of the issues we're still having at the back, well, not even at the back, but the issues we're having with the goalkeeper, because people can say what they want. Sanchez yesterday was at fault for both goals, but the second goal was so good. The third goal was so good. Just after half time, we start so well again, putting them under pressure again, winning the ball in key areas, catching them out. We see really, really good, excellent assist from Pedro for Cole Palmer here. All three of the attackers all contributing yesterday, but it's just a perfectly weighted ball, and then Palmer takes his goal well, and we see them all do the celebration together. It's a really, really good moment, and hopefully that's something we'll see a lot throughout the season. Those three, I think, could be a real problem for a lot of teams, and this is the thing, we could be involved in some really high-scoring games this season, because while we've still got Sanchez in goal, we're going to concede a lot of goals. I think it's obvious what we need to do. I think the correct choice is obvious. Diogo Costa, someone whose distribution's good, someone who is not only an excellent shot stopper, but will control the defence as well. Someone on the defence will feel a lot more comfortable having behind them as well, knowing they can trust the goalkeeper. I just think we're at a point now where Sanchez has made too many mistakes, and at the end of the day, people have been saying it for 3 seasons now, and again, we've started the season, if you're given another chance again, we're starting the season with him between the 6, and it's going to be a real problem. Even Mike Penders on the bench, I think, even if they're not going to sign a new goalkeeper, Mike Penders is clearly someone they've brought in for the future. It's clearly someone they've got a lot of faith in, a lot of trust in, because they didn't want to loan him out. So maybe get him on. I think he'll start against Luton in the Cup, but whether he'll start beyond that, I don't know. I just think we've got a week left in this transfer window. Just go and sign a top goalkeeper, because that's how you win things. That's how you get back to the top. Every winning team. I mean, look at Arsenal last season. You could argue Arsenal's best player was David Raya. It's so important. I think even more important in the modern game, though. You can't get away with it anymore. Having a goalkeeper that is limited or is a risk. Because people say Sanchez is a good shot stopper. Yeah, every now and then he makes a blinding save. But look at the shots that he should have saved yesterday. Because Fulham, this is where they get back into the game. Again, he should be saving this second shot. He saves it, but he played straight out into danger, straight out into the path of Garcia, and Garcia didn't even have to do anything. He pretty much just forced it in off of him. It was, it might as well have been an own goal from Sanchez, and it was a shame because from that moment onwards it was very nervy, and it felt like the game could go anywhere from that point. And we, of course, some of the subs, they bring some subs on that are fairly lively. We bring some on, and when Enzo comes on, I have to be honest, it looked like his head wasn't really in the game, and I wonder about Malo Gusto as well. Is he maybe looking at a move away as well? Was his head really in the game yesterday? But Enzo really didn't look up to it yesterday, and I think we've had the news today that he's said yes to Man City and they're expecting another bid, and we're expected to now going for Alex Scott. In another video soon, I will go more into detail about that situation. But of course, Enzo, who, as he will everywhere in the country, getting booed by their supporters, and wasn't really able to get any time on the ball. But we was able to see the game. And the important thing is we got the win. There's so much good football on display. I just think if we could sign this team could be really special if we could sign a top goalkeeper. And I don't get it because they're not afraid to spend money to improve and elevate every other position on the pitch. Any other position they'll spend the money. They've shown that over this window that we've approached this window really well. Every position we've signed a top player in and we've improved and we've made the right moves. But for some reason, goalkeeper, such an important position, and they don't want to do it. And I do not understand why. I do not understand this loyalty they've got to Sanchez. It makes zero sense, to be perfectly honest. But a few more things to touch on. Of course, Neto comes on. Could probably be seeing him stay now. Quite late on, we see Quenda come on. I think Quenda, Estevaldo come on. It's too late to really do much. He obviously got called offside as well, which is a bit of a shame. Quenda made his run a bit too soon, but I think what we can see there is those two, when we see them come on throughout the season, I think there's going to be a lot of pace there. I think they're good players to have. I think they could be excellent players for not just for the future, but even for now. Just to have those options as well. Just bring them on. Like maybe they could have come on a bit earlier yesterday, just give us some more energy. But the other lot were playing so well that I think leave them on as much as possible. In the end, we are able to see the game out. That's the important thing. As for Fulham, they start the season with a loss, but again, some positive play going forward. They kept themselves in the game. They got back into the game in difficult moments when I was up against it. So that's something they can definitely take from it. Iraola, I think they've played some good football under him. They look open though. That's the only concern you would have for them. Fulham are one of the teams that, because Marco Silva was there for so long, did so well, that there was naturally concerns about whether they could be in trouble this season. They do need to tighten up at the back. I think that's the reality. I think he'll find that out as he goes through this season. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they go to Sunderland. But Iraola, like I say, there's a lot that he will, I think, take from that. But I do think his system looked very open. So I think it'll be interesting to see how Fulham do over the coming weeks. But really, really pleased with this Chelsea performance. I thought the attack was brilliant. I thought the defence was safe. I thought overall the system seems to be implemented really well. I really like what Alonso's trying to do. I just really, really hope we sign a goalkeeper in the remainder of the window. But yeah, of course, great to start the season on the win, particularly in a London derby.